everybody, and welcome to Planning with Donna. Today I have a Make It Monday, and today what I'm doing is I took an idea from Miss E from Scrapbooking with Me, and she made an ephemera journal, and I'm making it in 3 different sizes. We will probably only do one size today, but I wanted a little mini ephemera journal for little tiny tags, just the little tiny teeny weeny numbers and labels. Okay, so this one is a small, and it measures 4 inches by, this is 4 1/4 because I did some trimming. It was originally 4 1/2 is the book size, and the vellum is 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so what she did, this is my take on it. She took file folders and then she covered them with scrapbook paper, and I'm taking what I have. Now on these pieces of vellum, I actually rounded the bottom corner, so let's put those to the side. I used cereal box, and I'm basically just going to cover this cereal box with this cardstock that I have, and this is just from a 12 by 12 old piece of scrapbook paper that I had. And what we're going to do is, all I did was cut this down to the size given here, and I rounded my corners. That's it. I mean, it is that easy. So I am just going to go around my edge and glue this down, which is basic. Well, she used, I can't remember what kind of glue she used, but she brushed it on because she wanted hers, you know, to cover the file folder, and I'm not doing that because I have file folders and I can't find them, so I have no idea where they are. So anywho, I am just going to do my best to mash that down. Ooh, way off. Well, it's not really off that much. Nope. Oh. Turned out better than I had hoped. I thought it might slide just a little tiny bit, but there's no forgiveness in that, but that's okay because it covered what I wanted covered. So learn from my mistakes. Now, if it's not exactly how you want it, then you can go and you can take this and you can trim it down. I don't really see, I have a little tiny edge right here where I can probably trim that down just a hair, but right now I'm really not worried about that because I'm going to cover this with some interior paper. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to just mark this, and then I'm going to put it on my paper trimmer. That's good enough, and I'm going to get my little mini paper trimmer here. Today has just been a day. Ooh. I'm glad it is over. And when I say over, I really mean it. I'm so ready to start this new job. Okay, is that all? Yes, it is. That's what scissors are for. I might actually, I don't like this paper trimmer, and I don't think it's operator error. It just does not cut to my satisfaction. And there is a gnat in here. Naturally, it waits to show itself when I start a video. Of course. Of course. Okay. So I think we are good there. Let me see if once I put down, yeah, I think once I put down I'll take just a little smidge off. I think I do better freehand than trying to figure out why that paper trimmer doesn't want to lay down right. But anywho, hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a great one. All right, so let's get this right about like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to just fold this in half and burnish this down really good. Then I'm going to try not to mess this up this time. Like I said, you can trim all these edges off when you get done. And I went over to a friend's, and she has a garage full. I've got them hooked on junk journaling, but Miss Kathy does all kinds of other crafts. I'm talking, oh my goodness gracious. I could not believe my eyes. Because when I got there, they were like, oh, let me know when you get here and we'll open up the garage. Well, it was more like opening up the Taj Mahal of craft supplies. I think she had more craft supplies than Joann's. I kid you not. A double-car garage full of craft supplies. Both sides of the walls. Table down the middle. It was fabulous, guys. And I do mean fabulous. I was in heaven. Oh, help me, Lord. I'm just going to take this edge off because it's going to irritate me. There we go. Got it. And this little edge. It's like the harder I try to cut this stuff straight, the worse it gets. It's crazy. Ugh. See what I mean? All right. Probably should not have done that, but that's okay. We got it. There we go. All right, let's get this thing out of the way before I cause damage that I can't repair. I'm just going to edge up that little corner. There we go. And this little corner. And I know that probably will not go around that corner because now it's so nice and thick. We'll just do our best. All right, so now got some edges here, just a little tiny brown. And sometimes these little tiny scissors will get, there we go. Not that it really matters. I mean, there's not enough of it to matter. Plus, if you ink it, it's like it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just going to take that and try. Cereal box might not have been the best solution. To get it to fold in. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. This did not turn out nearly as nice as I wanted, but that is okay. I'm just trimming it up best I can, and I don't think anybody will be the wiser other than y'all, because you know you were here. Just trying to get it flush. There we go. Rounded. And there we are. Not too shabby. So here's our little journal. Now you can go ahead and ink this. You can sew it. I'm not going to try to sew this just because I think it would be a totally moot point because it's so thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of distressing on the edge just to hide any boo-boos that are on there and move on with life. How's that? Do my spine. I think this will be really cute. I know hers was really cute. I will try to link that below. Her daughter actually did one as well, Miss Melina. So anyway, so here's the inside and the outside. It's basically just scrapbook paper, which probably what I would do is 2 pieces of scrapbook paper back to back. Just saying, I think it would be just as effective. I think this is probably a little bit overkill, but that's okay. Live and learn. All right, so there's that. Now, these are my signature papers, which hopefully they will fit. Yes, they fit. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that back out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to glue some of our vellum down and get that started. Okay. I want to go ahead and put this vellum on the inside right here, like so. Okay. I'm just going to do here, bottom, and this side. And if you push it down, she said if you push it down and burnish it out a little bit, you can't see it. And she took hers and put them on a machine. This one I will not, just because I'm not going to sew the cover, so to speak. But if you push it down, you can't see the glue. And she said art glitter glue will stay down. So this is just going to be a little inside pocket on the cover. Right on this side, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And if you have not checked out her video, it's really good. And then she's got a great big one that she made. And the one she made was basically just for stamps and labels, because she had so many and she was just, they were out of control. And I think they were getting lost in her big one. And she wanted something where she could just grab it. So that's what I thought I would do with this, is just grab this and I'm golden. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have all these little things everywhere, which I have a photo book over here. So, I mean, I can do that. So I have this, a pink, and a white. So I'm going to take my white first. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to put this down. I'm going to punch this corner on my large because that matches this. And I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to put one here, and I'll be able to put stamps in here. So I'm just going to, like, okay, catastrophe. Put this down. Now, if you're going to sew yours, you need to make sure that you line them up. So if you put them on the machine, they're straight across from one another, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, got that down. So when you do this side here, you don't want it to hit right on the hickey there. I'm going to trim just a little bit of that off, just one little smidge. Try to get that. Like I said, I think I cut it better than that trimmer. There we go. And we'll do this bottom corner here on large. So there we go. Perfect. So I binged watched Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix this weekend, and it was fabulous. I cannot wait to the other half, which will be released on August the 3rd. And that is just one pretty man. That's all I can say. He is gorgeous, in my opinion. So, there's one. And they're straight across from each other. So, if I go and put this on the machine, I'm going to have a seam straight across here holding that in. And then seams straight up here and straight down here, if that's the way you want to do it. I don't quite remember how she did it, but that's the way I'm doing it. So, I'm going to put one right here. And that will allow pretty much even space. So both sides. I'm trying not to use too much glue just because. I'm going to put this one right here. Try to make sure they're straight. And this one straight across from it. Perfect. Okay. I'm sorry if y'all can hear my washing machine. It's just, you know. So that looks good. I am going to trim just that very little edge off of there. There ain't nothing like Tim Holtz scissors. There we go. So there's that one. And you can put them on here as well, but I want to put them on the insides of these first. Okay. So there's one. I'm going to do these two, okay. So let's make sure that's going to fit. Trim just a hair off of that. Punch that corner again. And we'll be good. Didn't lay that down very good, did I? Oh well. It'll be okay. There's that one. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And that is crooked. There we go. Do the bottom corner. Okay. All right. And then me and Abby, we watched, she stayed with me Friday night and Saturday night. Or no, she stayed with me Thursday night and Friday night. And we watched Can You Hear Me, God? It's Me, Margaret. It was good. It wasn't nearly as good as I had hoped it would be, but it was still good. So we enjoyed that. And I know y'all are probably going to think, why did you let her watch? We watched, because I think she's old enough to deal with some things. A Man Called Otto. And if you have not seen that, now if you have suicidal ideations or that is something you don't want to deal with, don't watch it. I'm letting you know right now, don't watch it. But this was one amazing movie. And Abby absolutely loved it. And I think the take that she took on it was sort of, which I was really proud of her, it takes a village, was her sort of her mindset. It's all it took to make a change. And so I felt like it was really good. I mean, really good. So there's that one. So there's two. And let's go ahead and do this one. And then what I will do is I will go and put this on my machine and sew it up, and I will come back to this. But I want to trim this off first. And the other ones you'll do the same exact way. Okay. One down. Trim this side off just a hair. And get this corner. And I just used the vellum that I had. I didn't have any that was just all clear. This has little mini lines on it, and I didn't have an issue with that. I felt like it really didn't matter. I mean, you can still see through it, was my take on it. There we go. And we're going to do this one. Well, I don't have to cut that one. Oops. That in there. And this is just, I don't know. It is so cool because I was watching a couple of her videos and I thought, I wonder where she got that book. Because I was like, I'd love to have something like that where when I'm doing my videos, I can literally just reach over and grab it and see what ephemera, instead of digging through stuff and taking forever. And I'm like, and then I thought, well, let me just look through her videos. And I seen one where she made one. And I was like, oh, so she made this. So then I thought, well, I am going to do the same thing. All right. So there's that one and that one. And I think I'm just going to have them on the inside parts and not out here. Just because I think they're going to get real fat and squishy. So what I'm going to do, I have a couple extra pieces left. And these are not quite as long as they need to be, but I don't think that'll matter. And I'm going to put these on this inside as not to waste, just for some extra space. There's that one. And then you could always put like washi or whatever, trim around it. You can decorate it if you want to. I think this is going to be more functional for me. She decorated her cover, but she didn't really do any other embellishing on it because, you know, she made it to be functional, not necessarily pretty. So we've got that done, and I may trim the edges of this just with some real thin washi. But I'm going to go and I'm going to sew these real quick, and then I'll come back. We'll bind it, and maybe we can decorate the cover just a little bit, okay? I'll be right back. So just hold on tight. Okay, everybody, I am back. All right, what we have here is I had to change out the bobbin and the thread and everything, is my 3 little pockets all sewn in. Like, here's the cover. We've already looked at all that. Okay. And we're going to put the pink in the middle. And there we go. So when you have your little mini, tiny, itty bitty ephemera, that's like, well, any other time I'd have a piece laying here. Let's say you had a little tiny label. Now you can just put your stamps, your little tiny labels and stuff like this. This is the small size. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put these in the journal. I'm going to sew them in. I want to get them sort of even here. Okay, I'm going to poke. Let me get my, I have an awl somewhere. Where did I put it? It's here. I just don't know where. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me get my, there it is. And you need to fold it, sort of have it like that. And I'm going to do a pocket, I'm going to do a whole, I'm thinking here. Okay. And trying to keep everything straight here. Okay. All right, didn't want to go through to my, I think I did though, right on both sides. But you can rub on those and they'll come out. All right, so I am going to take me some thread. Let me see, my thread is right here, and here's my needles. So we are just going to sew this real quick. I'm going to sew it so you all can see, and do not get the fattest needle in the thing, because put those back in there before I stab myself and get hurt. And put that on there. We're going to thread our needle. I'm just using my wax thread. Miss E used twine. I'm just trying to get done. And this still may not be a fine enough head on a needle. Just saying. It might fray on me. Let's see. Let's do this one. Put those up out of the way so I don't injure myself critically. And this is probably going to be way too big, but I really just, you know, whatever. All right, so I'm just going to go in right here, pull it through, go up in here, pull it through, okay, and I think I might go pull another one in there just for safe measure, and back through, there you go, and back through. There we are. Now, did I do that the way I normally do? That would be a no. I just wanted to get it in here. It's good and tight. I'm just going to tie a knot. This is when you need assistance. Try to get that. And the good thing about wax thread is you can pull it pretty tight. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that so that it will not come undone. And we're just going to tie a little bit smaller bow. There we go. There we go. All right, so we've got that in. There we go. I love it. So we've got one done, okay? We got it nice and finished. So I thought what we would do is put a little something on the front here just to make it look pretty. So what's that going to be, you ask? Let me see here. That's a little too ornate. I could put some lace on it. I don't even know if I have. I don't think I have. No, I don't have any white lace. I want white lace. I think I'm completely out. So we can put, what are we going to put on here, guys? Oh, I wanted to show you, we'll decorate this in a minute. I know, I'm all over the place. Pay no attention to me. Got all this stuff in my way here. There we go. Put this out of the way. Matt's going to go over here with this. I want to show you the large one that I did. So I just put cardstock that is embossed and went around and sewed all the way around it. So we have our large one. This will be for large ephemera, bigger pieces, bigger butterflies and stuff like that can fit down in here. So I wanted to show you that. I just sewed the front to the back, glued it, and then sewed it to the back. So let's put, let me see here. I don't know if I have anything really to decorate this with laying out here. And I don't want to get too crazy. I really like that. I like the fact that it's got a stamp on it because that's going to tell me it's stamps and labels. So I think I'm going to put this pretty lady on here if I could get it away from the paper. Oh my goodness, come on. I need to make me some pokey tools. I was telling my friends Lisa and Kathy about that. I think I'm going to make some pokey tools and sell them. Oh my gracious, come off of here. Jeez Louise. That was an ordeal. Put it right in the center. Get my bone folder. Put that on there. And let's get a label, shall we? I have Tim down here hidden somewhere. Ooh, we could put, I think I'm going to put this one here because I love it. It's so pretty. If I can get it off of here. Some of this stuff just does not work. You know what I mean? I'll put this rose right there, and then we're going to put a label. I want to keep it simple. I don't want it getting all cray. Okay, wipe off some of that glue. All right, so we're going to put a label on here. Let's see. Let's just put, I was trying to see if they had the word small, but I don't. Let's just use create. That'll work. Put a little glue. Push it down real good and try not to mess up the whole thing. I like that. So now I know that this is my stamps and my labels, because it's got a stamp and a label on top of it. And I think that's all the embellishing. Oh my God. Will you look and see what I just did? I'll put it on there upside down. Oh, this is just not my bag. Where is my, I don't know that my, I may have to, if this will come undone. Yeah. All right. That's still gonna be, that's gonna be upside down. But if I try to take that off, oh, well, you got to see it fail. How about that? There's probably, at least these will work. This is, I don't think these will come off. No. I might come do, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I might be able to put like washi or something. I don't know. Anyway, you got to see an epic fail because I was not paying attention to what I was doing. And I think it is important for you to see my epic fails because believe me, I have a lot of them. So let's do this again, shall we? All right, we're gonna go in the center this time. Pull it through, up through this side, all the way down. Come back up the middle. And there we go. Okay. Everything about it's going to be off now. But we're going to try to make it work. Some days are just better than others. And that's okay. I'm just going to tie this off and hope that it that upsets me. That upsets me. But, you know, what do you do? I have stuff like that happen. I think everybody does in the craft world. I think we can just sort of manipulate that just a little bit there. You can't really tell. At least now my pockets are in right. And this will probably get so much use, I'll have to do another one. There we go. All right, so we've got one done. There's one little tiny one. It looks a little atrocious, but that's okay. Can always put a little washi over the edge or a little piece of, let's do a little tiny piece of, that looks funny. Me and my phone. I like it. I think that's so pretty. So I'm just going to lay this aside. I'm going to let this dry. So this will be for our labels and our stamps. And let's go ahead and do, I think I got this one ready to put together. And we're just going to put the stuff in this, the stuffing, I should say. Let's see here. This one goes with this. And I want to do this big one, since I've already got it done. We'll do the large one and the small one, and we'll call it finished. How's that? All right, let's try not to mess this up. Yeah. All right, so we got a lot of pink here. I just got 2 pages. Now you can put as many pages in here as you want. And I am just going to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and do our, I think it's, where are they at? Here it is. I do want to go ahead and put this down. And I have another one here. Where's it at? This one. Is that it? Lord have mercy. It's like, help me, Jesus. All right, so there's that one and that one. And I'm just going to glue these down. All right, I'm going to go and I'm going to sew these, but what I'm going to do first is I think I will put down, let's see, where's my ribbon? Okay, everybody, I think we have it here. Let's go back over what we have accomplished, shall we? This was a process that I thought would be easy. Was it easy? Not. It wasn't hard, but it was, yeah. When it seems like when you try to do stuff on camera, it's like anything that could possibly go wrong does. So here is the little one. This is an ephemera journal. This is the small one. This is going to be for stamps and labels. Now, I can add more vellum to these back pages, and where this was upside down, I'm just sticking those in there. So we have 2 things here. I can put more if I want. 2 things here. Again, I can add more. And then I have my little baby stamps in here. And then the same here and here. And then where those are upside down, where I made the big boo-boo. Yeah. That's just going to be stuff we can just stick up there, or maybe put paper clips on or whatever. So please excuse my glue all over my hands. It's a bit of a mess, and I have cut my, I don't know how I've cut this, but I have. But anyway, here is the small one. And then I went ahead and did this medium one off camera just because I'm sure you all didn't want to watch paint dry. This is the medium size one, and I just bound it with a piece of wax thread because I may want to add more to it. So I did put some washi around this because I just thought it made it look pretty where you could really see the art glitter glue. So we have 2 pockets here. I have 2 pockets here. 2 here. We can add more. I didn't want to add them on both sides because you just don't know how fat this is going to get, okay? So here's the middle, and then the other 2 pages, I put a little strip here, and then here's the back. So if you want to do one and you didn't want to do any sewing, this would be ideal for you. Totally ideal. It's basically just 2 pieces of cardstock glued together, cut some vellum, put it down, glue it down, and you have pockets for all of your ephemera to go in. So there you go. And you can see it, so it makes it so easy when you're junk journaling to just grab it and go. Okay, that's the medium size one. And then this is the big one that I made, the large. And I zigzagged all the way around it. This is a heavy cardstock that's embossed. It's got a weave pattern on it. So I just put a few things in here so you would see. This isn't necessarily what's going to go in here. But here is the cover that I sewed. I put this down so that glue wouldn't show so much, and then you just tuck your labels in here. I can add labels to this if I want. I don't have to if I don't want to. I put a bunch of my bigger stamps in here. Went ahead and added those in. Again, you can add if you want to. And then there's 6 slots here for ephemera, and these are just more butterflies, stamps, and different things. Florals. I have lots of florals. And then let me get those out of the way. This is a medium pocket and a deeper pocket for your bigger pieces of butterflies or florals or whatever. I can add to this if I want. And then again, this here. And then I bound it with white wax thread. And there is my larger one. I did want to give you my measurements. These are loose measurements here, so don't get too cray. The small one is 4 by 5 1/4. It ended up being, but it was initially 4 1/2. And the vellum sheets are 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. That's on the small. On the medium, that was a 6 by 6 size book. And then I have different sizes of vellum in 6 by 1 inch, 6 by 1 1/2, 6 by 2 inches, and 6 by 2 1/2. And that was my medium size. And then my large size was a 6 by 7 1/2 inch journal, 6 by 2, I think that's supposed to be 2.5, 6 by 3, and 6 by 2 pieces of vellum. I rounded my corners. I used art glitter glue, and I used standard 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. I did do some sewing on these. You do not have to sew. The glue will hold. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Make It Monday and the small, medium, and large ephemera journals that I made. If you all would be interested in stuff like this, I wouldn't care to make it. I'm thinking about selling some stuff. So just let me know. You can email me or DM me on my Instagram or leave a message down below in the description box. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, please give my video a like, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And my next junk journaling video is going to be part 3 of Victorian Ladies. And there will be one more installment of that, and then the giveaway will happen. And then there's going to be the big 1K giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers. All right, guys, until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye.